Have you ever studied something for hours, felt like you understood it, and then realized later that it all blurred together? You read one chapter, then another, and somehow everything sounds the same. I used to think this meant I wasn't smart enough, or that I needed better focus, or longer study sessions. But the real problem wasn't effort, it was how the brain learns. Because your brain doesn't learn best by repetition alone, it learns by difference. And most of us are learning in a way that hides those differences. In this video, I'll show you a simple, science-backed shortcut called the contrast method. It helps your brain understand faster, remember longer, and actually see what matters instead of memorizing blindly. No complex systems, no fancy tools, just a small shift in how you compare ideas. Once you notice it, you'll wonder why no one taught you this earlier. At its core, the contrast method is simple. Instead of learning things in isolation, you learn them side by side. You deliberately compare this versus that, correct versus incorrect, good example versus bad example. Because contrast creates clarity. Your brain is a difference-detecting machine. When two things look similar, it gets lazy. When it sees contrast, it wakes up. Let's break this into a few practical ways you can use it. Instead of studying one concept deeply before moving on, put two related ideas next to each other. For example, photosynthesis versus respiration, Keynesian economics versus classical economics, active recall versus passive rereading. Ask, how are these not the same? When I started doing this, something clicked. I wasn't just memorizing definitions anymore. I was building mental boundaries. And boundaries are what memory sticks to. This one is powerful and underrated. Don't just look at the right answer. Also look at a wrong one. Why is this solution incorrect? Where does the logic break? In math, this is obvious, but it works everywhere. In writing, a clear paragraph versus a confusing one. In studying, a good explanation versus a shallow one. Your brain learns faster when it sees mistakes because it learns what not to do. Most people study like this. Topic A, finish it. Then topic B, finish it. That feels organized, but it's slow for learning. Contrast works better when you interleave, a little of topic A, then a little of topic B, then back again. At first it feels harder, but that difficulty is the point. Your brain is forced to notice, wait, this belongs here, not there. That discrimination builds strong understanding. Another way to create contrast is by exaggeration. Ask, what's the best possible example of this? What's the worst? For instance, deep focus versus total distraction. Effective study versus fake productivity. Extreme contrasts sharpen your intuition. They make the middle ground easier to understand. I used to skip this step, but once I added it, concepts stopped feeling vague. Think about how kids learn. They don't learn hot in isolation. They learn hot because it's not cold. They don't learn fast alone. They learn it next to slow. Contrast isn't advanced. It's natural. School just teaches us to separate everything, which hides the differences our brains need. Now, a few things to watch out for. First, don't overload yourself. Contrast doesn't mean comparing 10 things at once. 2 is enough, sometimes 3. Second, don't rush the comparison. The value comes from asking, why exactly are these different? And third, this is important. Don't confuse contrast with multitasking. You're not jumping randomly. You're intentionally comparing related ideas. Purpose over chaos. So let's recap. The contrast method helps you learn faster by 1. Comparing related ideas side by side. 2. Studying correct and incorrect examples. 3. Interleaving topics instead of blocking them. 4. Using extreme examples to sharpen understanding. You're not adding more study time. You're making your study time smarter. If you've ever felt like studying takes too long or that knowledge fades too quickly, try this tonight. Take one topic, put it next to another, and ask, what's the difference? That single question can change how you learn. If this helped you, consider liking the video. It really supports the channel. And if you want more simple, science-backed ways to learn better, subscribe. Because learning doesn't have to be harder. It just has to be clearer. And clarity comes from contrast.